Hello, let's do one up. Puzzle 306. It's a 6 by 6 today, so if you were planning on trying one of the puzzles, this is a great day to start because they tend to be easiest on Monday. Good beginner puzzles. So let's play. For the beginner puzzles, I do take my time. So if my time seems long, it's because I want to make sure if this is your first time playing that you understand the important strategies to kind of have as a baseline for your solves. So, how does the puzzle work? That's the first question to ask. Well, think about Sudoku, but with a twist that makes it not Sudoku, right? Because Sudoku really depends primarily on being a Latin square, and this is not a Latin square, if that means anything to you. But anyway, let's go over the direct rule. So in every single cell, we are going to put a digit. Now, the range of digits differs per cell based on segments that it's in. Every cell is in two segments. A segment is a partial or full row or column. And these bold borders on the grid tell us how that row or column gets segmented. So in this case, this row is segmented into two segments. This segment has 4 cells in it, and this segment has 2 cells in it. The number of cells in the segment tells you what the maximum digit in those cells is. In addition to that, every segment needs one of each of those digits, so you can't repeat digits. So for example, here we need 1, 2, 3, and 4. The 3 is already given to us, so we still need 1, 2, and 4 in this horizontal segment here in the first row. And we can only do them once each. So one of these will be 1, one of these will be 2, and one of these will be 4. Over here, we just need a 1 and a 2. Vertically, it works exactly the same way. If we have a column like this one, or a row, which has no bold borders, we just need all of 1 through 6 once each. Again, you're never repeating a digit within a segment. All right, and those are the rules. We're going to end up with a digit in every single cell, except for this one, which is an all black. This one's basically taken out of the puzzle. And so we do still segment based on where the bold borders are around all 4 of this black cell here. So if you want, you can think of it as a placed 1 with bold borders around it, all 4. And so this is a length 1 segment horizontally, and this is a length 4 segment horizontally. All right, so now I'm going to get started. Now we do have some 1 length segments. 1 length segments can only have a 1 in them. So we get some freebie ones. This is a 1 because vertically it can only be 1. This is a 1 because horizontally it can only have a 1. Okay, so I think those are our gimme ones. But over here we have a 2 length segment, and one of them's already given. The 2 is. So this has to be a 1. And in the rest of this column now, this column segment, we need a 2 and a 3, but we don't know the order yet. Okay, so what we want to do is I like to start just by making sure I see every short segment. Short kind of depends on the size of the puzzle. But in this case, I'd say like 2 or 3 long would be short in a puzzle like this. And just make sure that there aren't any free gimmies in any of the short ones. So we need 1 and 2 here. I do horizontally first, and then I do vertically, just to make sure I don't miss anything. So here, we need a 1 in this segment, and this can't be 1, and this can't be 1. That's another thing to look for, is we do need to place a 1 in the segment, and it can't be here or here, so it must end up here. We're left with 2 and 3 across here. All right, vertically, we need 2, 4 here. We need 1 and 2 here. This one looks over. Now, you have to be careful about which ones see where, but this does not have a bold border in between. This one does have a bold border in between, so we can't scan past that bold border. We do need another one here. So this can't be the 1. So this is our 1, and this is our 2. And we're left with 3, 4 across here, and 2, 3 across here. I like to specifically think about what's left, just in case there's something vertically that's going to tell us how that resolves. Vertically, 1, 2, and 3 here, 1 and 2 here, 3 and 4 here. Okay, so that's our kind of gimmies that I call them. Next thing I like to do is I like to look at the longest rows and columns. And what we do is we look at the height. So in this case, we're looking at a row. So we want to look at the height of every column that this touches, and think about what the maximum digit can be. So I'm actually going to pencil that out so you can kind of see what I'm seeing in my head. So this digit maxes at 4 because it's a 4 length segment vertically. This maxes at 4. This, I would say, maxes at 6, but there's already a 6 in the row. So this cell can't actually be 6. So we're going to say it maxes at 5. This maxes at 3, and this maxes at 4. So what's the first thing I'm seeing? Well, the first thing I'm seeing is that we need to put a 5 somewhere, and this is the only cell that can be 5. So we're going to put a 5 in there. Now what we have left is we do need to place 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're going to end up somehow in these 4 cells. But I don't know more than that. So I'm going to clear these out because I wouldn't have penciled them anyway. But that's kind of what I'm seeing in my head. I'm not going to pencil it every time, but that's kind of what we're looking for. So this is, again, max 4, max 5, max 6, max 3, max 4. So again, we need a 5 and a 6. That's going to end up here. This is the 5, this is the 6. And we're left with 1, 2, 3, 4. And we just want to think about whether any of those digits are forced in this row. And I'm not seeing any of them forced in this row. So those were the two completely open rows. Let's look at the completely open columns as well. So we already have all the 5s and 6s placed in this whole puzzle, but we do need 1, 2, 3, 4. So where's the 1 in this column? This can't be 1, this can't be 1, and this can't be 1. So the 1 gets placed here. Now we want to immediately follow up on that 1 to see what it did for us. You can see that it made this not a 1. So that ends up 2, and that ends up 1 vertically, which makes this 2 horizontally. In addition to that, this is now 3 high. And so it can't be 1 or 2, so it must be the 3 because it has to have some digit in it. 3 is the only one left. Finishing with a 1 here and finishing this with this horizontal with a 4. Now I need a 3 in this column. By placing the 4, it made me want to think about the column. The first digit I thought of was, well, this 3 does need to get placed. And so that gets placed down here, and then the 2 is the remaining digit. That finishes this row with a 4. Okay. Down here, I'm looking and I see this 2, where the column doesn't have a 2. So the 2 needs to go there. We finish with a 3 in the column, and then we finish these horizontals as well. So this horizontal finishes with a 3, and this finishes with a 4. Now this column that I just filled up needs a 1 still. This 1 says not here, so that's 1 and that's 2. Now this column needs a 2 still, so that's our 2 and that's our 4. This row can finish because it has all our digits except 1, except the 3. This column can finish with the 4. This row finishes with 3, and this is a 2, and we're done. So these are kind of the two key strategies that I would say you should do in a one-up puzzle, kind of, and that helped. In this case, it finished this puzzle. It won't always finish the puzzle, but it'll get you a lot of progress in a lot of puzzles. Which is, first of all, look at your short segments, trying to find any free gimmies in the short segments. Then look at your longest segments and see if there's any forced digits. You'll notice oftentimes the larger digits get forced in particular places. All right, and that's it. I hope this was helpful for you if you're just starting out one-up. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.